welcome to episode number 10 of Sprites, Bytes, and Pixels. You'll notice that we have a bit of a new setup today, and that's because due to COVID protocols, we're keeping away from each other, keeping away from the germs.
Keeping away from Robin's hair.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I haven't had a haircut in almost like 3 months when I usually
Like
get
how like
three
blends into the environment. That's one.
Yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, we were doing something different since we are on episode 10. We thought we'd bring in our first guest to the show, and that is our buddy John. Hello, John.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
So John has maybe Wilson, you can give us a bit of a background on how we know John.
Okay. Well, John is a friend of ours that we met a while back in like these video game groups that were in, these Facebook groups, and John kind of took us into his wing, and he has these events sometimes that we go to. We've gone to video game swaps, you know, like I would say we're pretty good friends. Like we've gone, you know, we get each other gifts.
Those who know also know what's behind me, which is one of the iconic video game movies that was ever made called The Wizard, which I myself have never seen, but it's a good prelude into what the topic of our conversation is today, and that is essentially adaptations of video games onto the big screen. So that includes cinema, that includes film, that includes television, that includes cartoon adaptations. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to break down what makes a good movie, what makes a good adaptation, what makes a bad one, and then give you guys our 2 cents on the ones that we liked and the ones that we hated.
But first, let's talk about...
We forgot about this. Okay, so we started a trend last time, but it's been so long that I completely forgot about it. Essentially, we want to talk about games that we're currently playing. I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking starting this off. So why don't we pass the baton off to our guest, John, who can give us some perspective on what he's been playing recently.
Great idea.
So I've just finished Hollow Knight, which is an exploration platformer, or some people like to call it a Metrovania.
Absolutely.
It is known for being difficult, and it definitely is that. I've unlocked 3 of the 5 endings, which involve finding really obscure items and unlocking super bosses, and a lot of pattern memorization and a lot of frustration. But it's one of those games where every time you try, you do a little bit better. It really rewards you for practicing. So,
how many hours would you say you put into it?
About 40, which is a lot for one of those kinds of games.
And is that all you've been playing? Like, you played Hollow Knight? Like, what did you play before that?
I also play Tetris 99 every day.
Hold on, you play it every day?
I play every day.
Oh, geez, that's Robin and his Clash of Clans.
Yeah, you know, those free to play games will get you every time.
Oh man, don't get me started on those.
Well, like,
would you say you're good at Tetris 99?
I think so. I mean, it's hard to say. They have different leagues. Like, you can play against like the general population, and anyone who's come in first place overall in at least one match is eligible to be in something called Tetris 99 Invictus, where it's much faster and you're playing against stiffer competition. So usually when I play in the Tetris Invictus League, I'll win 1 out of 10 times, like first place out of 99. And if I play against the general population, I'll win 4 out of 10 times. So yeah, I'm doing all right, but you know, I'm still losing more than I win.
Robin, have you ever played Tetris 99?
Sorry?
Have you ever played Tetris 99, Robin?
No, never in my life. I don't even know what that is.
What? Whoa! Okay, I haven't played it, but no, maybe I have. Did I play? I might have played at John's house. I don't remember. I know we've played a few like dropping block games. But you don't even know what Tetris 99 is?
I have no idea. Yeah.
Oh my God, John, help me out here, man.
All right, so Tetris 99 is developed by Arika, which is the same studio that makes Tetris the Grandmaster, which is a Japan-only series of hardcore Tetris games. And they made this for the Nintendo Switch, published by Nintendo. And it's basically Tetris's approach to the Battle Royale format. So when the match begins, there's 99 players. And as you play, their board fills up and they lose and they get knocked out of the game, and the remaining players stay on until there's 1 left. And while you're playing, you have 4 options for who you can target with your attacks. As you clear lines, you attack other players, sending them lines. You can attack players who are close to losing. You can attack players who have knocked off a lot of other players. You can target players who are targeting you, or you can just go random. Mm-hmm. And the more players you beat, it does a multiplier on the number of lines you send. So if you beat a bunch of players, you become more powerful. And if you knock off a powerful player, you collect all of they call them medals. Mm. So you can actually run off everyone on the table if you get a lot of medals, because you're just unstoppable. They send you garbage blocks, you get rid of them almost instantly.
Fair enough. Tetris is just regular Tetris is pretty difficult for me, so I don't know how I would fare if I'm trying to.
Oh, I think I think you'd be terrible. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember. Do you remember the video that we did where we played Tricky Towers and you did absolutely terrible. You were so bad at it.
I thought I did.
I don't know about that. I know Robin pretty well. I think that he might have a tough couple, first few days, but if he stuck to a daily regimen, I could see him, becoming quite good at this game.
Thanks, John. I appreciate that vote of confidence.
You're welcome.
I have no confidence in you.
Unlike our other friend here who gives up on his games before he beats them.
Who, me?
I'm not going to mention anyone by name.
Oh man, you're just holding all these secrets today, aren't you?
Wilson, why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
All right, cool. I'll make it short. I'm playing Genshin Impact. I've put a lot of time into it. Sorry?
How many hours?
Oh geez. That's the thing. I don't know. I was going to look on today to see if there's a way to find out how many hours I've played, but I can't find it. I just know how many levels I have, and there's like different types of levels. There's like a world level, a character level, a battle pass level. It sounds convoluted. It's not. It's just like there's different ways to obtain different items and just like rewards, I guess. And also with Genshin Impact, I'm also playing some game on the Switch called Dreamwalker. It's like a point and click hidden object game. It's okay. But I wouldn't say it's like noteworthy. It's just another silly game that I'm playing. But yeah, so for the most part, it's been Genshin Impact. And here's the thing though, I was playing on my PS4, and I was able, once I got my PS5, to play it on the PS5. All my data moved over and all that, and it looks so much better. It looks really nice compared to the PS4. You thought it looked good on the PS4. You should see how it looks on PS5. Just crisp and smooth, and you look faster and
awesome.
Beautiful.
Great. I guess I will go next in terms of what I'm playing.
What are you playing, Robin?
I am currently playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. If you guys saw my post on Facebook, I was asking people if it's actually worth finishing, because I got so bored of it. I was like 10 hours in, and I'm like, I can't keep doing the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Really?
And, people gave me good feedback. They're like, if you're a fan of the original series, you should love this. I'm like, I love the original series, and I do not love the remake. But I will admit, if you played more and you really get immersed into the storyline and you get more familiarized with the battle system and how to just kick ass, I think it becomes really good. I still haven't died in the game, so I think it's not really that challenging for me, and I don't think I'm playing on normal. I'm pretty sure I'm playing on hard, if there is a hard difficulty, because I never like playing on normal. But yeah, it's been really easy. That's the only thing I can say. I've pumped 25 hours into it, and it's weird, but once again, I like the random mini games. There's one challenge in there where you have to do squats, and since gyms have been closed and I've just been putting on weight during the quarantine, I'm like, let me just try this out. And I spent a solid 45 minutes to an hour beating that challenge, because it was just, if you make a single mistake, you're going to lose out to the top champion. So that was a lot of fun. And since then, I've just been pumping maybe 2 or 3 hours whenever I can, whenever I get an opportunity. Once we're done shooting this, I'll probably pump another 2 hours into it.
I have a question about the squats. Are you actually physically doing squats while holding the controller?
No, so it's like you have to time the way that you're pressing these buttons. So you go triangle, circle, X, square, and you have to time it, and the speed increases.
So it's not like a PlayStation Move thing where, okay.
I don't know if you remember this, Robin, but the squats was actually also in the original Final Fantasy VII. It wasn't like a huge mini game as this challenge seems to be, but it was in the original Final Fantasy VII, and it was that button combo. Bop, 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 bop,
Interesting.
bop, bop. Yep.
That was
Interesting.
kind of like the end of the golden era of Square being goofy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
That's
Final Fantasy VIII, they got really serious afterwards.
Was that after or before the Square Enix merger?
before.
Before.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
once they merged with Enix, it became a lot more serious and not as goofy. Like in Final Fantasy, even in the remake, they have Cloud dressed up as a woman as part of like one of the challenges to get into this Don Corneo's mansion. And I don't want to give out any spoilers, but yeah, like they did a lot of goofy stuff, and I think they've done a good job of incorporating that into the remake and just making it fun. Yeah, I like it. I'm actually very happy with it now.
Well, I guess now that we've talked about our games that we've been playing, let's move on to the general topic.
Okay, awesome. So today's general topic is adaptations of video games onto the big screen. I know that I have my perspectives on things that I've liked, but maybe what we can do is we can go around. We'll pick out maybe some things that we liked and some things we didn't, and get each other's perspectives on these adaptations. Maybe I can get John to go first once again, since he's our special.
Great idea.
All right. So I think the best video game to movie adaptation to date is Detective Pikachu,
Whoa, whoa,
Interesting.
whoa.
which
I didn't see that coming.
I think it. I'm not a Pokemon guy, but I feel like it really captured the spirit of Pokemon training. The camaraderie that exists between Pokemon trainers and their monsters. I thought it told a reasonably compelling story. The characters looked like they do in the game.
They look better.
Yeah, and it's also a pretty low bar, to do a good video game to movie adaptation.
I think typically the bar was set very low. The ones that I think about in terms of the ones that I didn't like is like you see the adaptation of Blood Rain, you
Yep.
see the adaptation of Resident Evil, which was not bad, it wasn't terrible, but it didn't really feel like the video games, at least in my
It
perspective.
was super cheesy.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I liked the Resident Evil movies, but it was just like they were regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again, and I just didn't feel as though it stayed true to what the storyline was in the video games. And one game that one adaptation that I thought was really shitty, and I think you guys don't agree with me on this, was the Super Mario adaptation, where Yoshi was like I think like a Velociraptor or something, and Koopas were these like turtle-looking things that
Goombas.
yeah, Goombas, whatever they were. It looked weird. I don't know what your guys' perspective was on that, but I didn't like that.
Oh
I
no,
was-
it was dog shit.
Good, excellent.
Yeah. No. Well, the story behind that one was the directors. They had their own movie that they wanted to make, and they didn't care about the Mario franchise or the Mario franchise. Sorry. So what they did was they took the funding and they just made their own movie and put Mario names on it.
Don't forget they were a husband and wife.
Yeah,
I
their
know.
husband and wife duo. So they weren't even trying to make a Super Mario movie. They're doing like a take the money and run.
They just had this idea and they just wanted to implement the Mario movie into it. Kind of like how Doki Doki Panic was implemented into Super Mario Brothers 2.
Like I heard John Leguizamo speak about what it was like on set during that movie, and he said the morale was terrible. All the actors were really unhappy. They were just waiting for the movie to end. They didn't want to film anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
And don't get us started on Bob Hoskins, who played Mario. He doesn't even, well, rest in peace, Bob Hoskins, but when he was alive, he refused to even acknowledge the fact that he played Mario in Super Mario Brothers. It was the worst role he had ever had. That's what he's said.
Yeah, it wasn't a good situation for anyone. It's actually the reason why Nintendo is so stringent on letting other companies play with their IP. And part of that actually is why they crack down on so many indie developers who want to do like a ROM hack or their own version. Like they want to do a Metroid remake or sequel or something on their own. Nintendo has their lawyers on them very quickly. And it's because of this, and also their experience with the CDI is they only want trusted companies,
Oh, that animation, it's just top notch for those CDI games, especially like the Nintendo ones. So good.
So,
Wilson, which
no.
one's what's your vote for the worst adaptation?
Oh, the worst one?
Yeah.
Oh man. I think the first one that pops in my head is Double Dragon. But I feel like there are even worse ones out there. But I remember watching Double Dragon when I was a kid. And I didn't enjoy it at all. I thought it was really silly and really cheesy. I don't know, just like the characters were very campy. Maybe it's the way it was supposed to be, but I remember playing Double Dragon and I don't remember it being a campy game. I remember it being a little bit more serious. Like if I'm correct, in the real arcade version of Double Dragon, doesn't his girlfriend get killed instead of kidnapped?
That's the second
Yeah.
one.
Oh really? I thought she
Yeah,
got stabbed.
the first one, she gets punched in the stomach, and Williams picks her up over his shoulder, and they take her away.
But she gets killed in the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's dark. That's dark.
No, it was
Not
super-
really. They bring her back later. She gets
Oh,
better.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Now, was it
But
in like Double Dragon 3 or which one?
It's the best ending of Double Dragon 2. If you beat it on hard mode, like Billy and Jimmy wish upon a star and she wakes up.
Son of a bitch, are you kidding me? I didn't know there was another ending.
Yeah, you get a super boss if you beat it on hard.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, because I've beaten Double Dragon 2 many, many times, and I don't remember any of that.
Oh yeah, the guy with the green hair who's super tall and can like teleport. Level 9.
That's crazy.
I guess Wilson's gonna have a new update for what he's playing recently on our
No,
next.
I'm still gonna play Genshin. Don't you worry.
Your homework for tonight, Wilson, is
Beat
find
Double-
a buddy. Is that one of the Nintendo Switch Online games? Or is it just the first one?
Don't think so. I think it's just the first one.
Because I
You know
know
what?
it's on the NES. It's on the NES Classic.
I don't have an NES Classic.
Oh, okay.
In
But I
all-
do have I have like emulated consoles, so we're good.
Yeah, but you have to play with a friend. You have to play Double Dragon with a friend.
Okay. Well, so do you guys agree with me? Like with Double Dragon, at least, like, did you guys enjoy Double Dragon?
I myself haven't seen it.
I was a kid, you know. All I remember from it was it Robert Patrick who played the
Yes, it
villain?
was. So I thought you were gonna say too. Yeah.
And you know
Robert
his line at the end where he says, you know, you think I'm bad? Well, you meet my lawyers.
Really?
Yep.
I don't even remember any lines from Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Now I think about it, I should have said Street Fighter, but you know what? I already said that. I'll stick with that.
Wait, Street Fighter, the movie, which then inspired Street Fighter, the movie, the game?
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that because that game was just I don't know what they were trying to do, but
It didn't
they
make
failed miserably. It was just weird.
How does that make it? Doesn't make any sense to me. It's like you made a movie off of a video game adaptation, then you created a video game that's based off of a movie that's based off of a video game.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, Robin, me and John have said ours. What's,
No. I haven't said mine.
Oh,
What? Oh no. Okay, so how come he got to start with his good one and I had to start with the bad one?
well, I started with my bad one too. I was like, Mario was the one that I didn't like,
Oh.
so I
So how
shifted
come he
gears.
Yeah.
So is he changing the format? Is that what's going on?
No, I changed the format halfway through because I forgot.
You know what? It's that hair. It's
Honestly, it's throwing me off. I keep looking at it.
He's gone power mad.
Yeah.
He's
making
literally
everything
gotten a
cute.
big head.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know, John. You've already said your best one, so how about your worst one?
So if we're talking about strict like interpretation of the source material, you know, Super Mario Brothers is terrible. But as far as it objectively being the worst movie, I think the worst movie that is a video game adaptation is Postal, which was directed by Uwe Boll, who
Yep.
also did Blood Rain, In the Name of the King,
Oh my
House
Alone
of the
in the
Dead,
Dark?
Alone in the Dark. All those movies. Like, he was so bad that people started a petition to get him to retire so that he wouldn't make these terrible video game adaptation movies. And he said, if it gets to 1 million, I'll actually retire.
Did it get to a
And- I don't know. But my issue with Postal was that a lot of the humor was rooted in anti-Semitism and Holocaust jokes.
Mm.
And I don't know, I'm amazed that it even got released.
So what's Postal made based off of?
There was a video game for the PC called Postal.
You've never heard of Postal?
No.
Yeah, so basically in the game, you go on a rampage. It was Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah, it was a first-person game where actually the whole point of the game was just to do these like little simple missions. Like I think one was like, I don't know, go grab mail or go buy some milk, and that's the
As we
mission.
have 10 minutes left.
Okay, and on the mission, like you can like just it's like an open world. You can just go out of your way and do all this other crap, or you can do the actual mission and just do something simple as go to the store and grab milk. So it was kind of like a free-for-all.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've never played the game, and I've never seen the movie either, but I know which kind of crappy movies that guy has directed in the past, and none of them are good.
No.
If you get a chance, check out his YouTube video. There was a YouTube response that he did after all of this, and he gets ferocious with like everybody. Just he's like, I'm so like he's like, oh fuck all of you, and and it's magical.
Okay.
He's basically a wrestling villain as a movie director.
Yeah.
Like people would pay money to see him hop in the wrestling ring and get beat up.
That's too funny. Okay. All right. So what we've done, worst for John, best for John, worst for me, worst for Wilson. Do you want to go? Should I go last, or you want to go last, Wilson, for our favorites?
I'll make mine quick. I'm gonna say the Mortal Kombat. I loved Mortal Kombat.
I loved it.
Because what's that?
I loved it. I loved Mortal Kombat.
Oh, it was fantastic. I love the fight scenes. I love the way that the characters looked. All the characters looked like they should, and it was perfect. There were some cheesy moments, but that movie also got me into the whole electronic genre in a way, because I went out and bought some of the Mortal Kombat CDs because they had like music made off of from the motion picture. Got me into some music artists, but like that movie kind of, I'm not gonna say it made me who I am, but like it definitely inspired me in a lot of ways to kind of seek out other things, and it's a really good movie, and I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm pretty sure it would still hold up if I watched it today, minus the special effects.
When you think about it, I mean, Mortal Kombat the game was basically a B movie, so yes. You know, for the movie to be a B movie is almost like the perfect homage to the game.
Do not watch the second one. Whatever you do,
it's too late. I've seen
awful. It is so bad.
It's bad. It has none of the subtlety and nuance of the first one.
They killed Johnny Cage right at the beginning. Right at the beginning.
Well,
2 minutes into the fucking movie, he gets killed.
He's not in the game either.
It was so bad, man.
All right, so for me, this might seem weird, but one of the movies that stands out to me as being one of the best adaptations is Warcraft. I don't know if you guys had the chance to see it, but
really,
yeah, I really liked Warcraft, and I know it's it may not bode well for everybody else, but I'm a huge nut for epics. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's my favorite movie trilogy of all time. And as a result, I think I really resonated with Warcraft because it has a combination of everything. It's got magic, it's got epic battle scenes, really good CGI for the time. And it came out in 2016 or 15 or something like that, I want to say. But I've already seen it 4 times. And
wow.
I really like it. For some reason, I really like it. Aside from that, one other thing that I'm very happy with is the Castlevania animated series.
Okay.
I thought that was very well done.
It's really good, actually. It takes a lot from like different Castlevanias as well. Like it embraces not just one game, but like several of them, and puts characters that weren't in other games into like the series, and kind of, I don't know, melds into like one story. I really enjoyed it. John, you ever watch it?
I think it's great. I've only seen the first season, so the only characters I've seen are from Castlevania 3.
The second one really introduces some like pretty awesome characters. I didn't see the third season though, unfortunately.
I've seen the third one. I would say the first season's the best one. Second
really?
one,
okay.
Yeah, but season three, I think it's okay. Like it's still good. I'm not saying it's bad, but I think the first and second seasons were a lot better.
I think it's incredible the amount of mileage they've gotten out of a game that's basically a pixelated guy walking to the right and whipping things.
Yeah, I would agree with you. But like, hey, look where Mario is now. From where he started to where he is now. Like you got to start somewhere, right? That's just
Yeah,
how.
I mean, when you think about Mario, the story has never really been a big part of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the games don't have dialogue. Like the only voiced parts in the game is the princess, crying for Mario.
And Mario going, yeah, what, yahoo,
Woohoo!
yeah.
And I think the reason they do that is because they don't have to localize it.
Just so you guys know, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, mirror mode, but Double Dragon 2 is on Nintendo Switch Online. I just looked it up.
All right, so we can get to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we should. I wonder if can we play that online, like me and you?
Yes.
Okay, maybe we'll do that. That would actually be kind of fun. How are we for time, Robin?
We have 4 minutes.
Oh wow, you had me worried. I was like, oh no, like I gotta rush.
No, we're really good on time. I think, but the thing is, like, the way that we set it up is we started the meeting 15 minutes early, so it's actually the recorded portion is only going to be around 20 minutes, so we're solid.
Son of a bitch. Okay, well, since we're good on time, I don't know. Let's throw some other ones out there. I'll let John go though. I'm sure John has other ones that he could talk about. Anime, TV shows, movies, like anything.
I really liked the 90s Street Fighter 2 anime.
Yes, that's the one with the I don't.
The
like,
one with the really, really violent fight scenes?
We're not talking about the one with like the Chung-Li shower scene, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's the one.
Yeah. That was a really, really good movie. I enjoyed that as well. It was actually really well put together. Like I loved the anime, like how the animation flowed.
It looked great. I think the only obstacle is just how dated the dub is. Because back in the 90s, anime dub was just horrible.
Like cheesy horrible, or
yeah, like just low quality voice actors.
Rob,
just in video games in general, I feel like voice acting has improved so significantly. Like now I think Last of Us set a really good bar with how just voice acting should be done, and it's not just random people that are, trying to get a paycheck. It's people that actually can embody some level of emotion.
Those people get paid good money now.
Yeah.
Look at Spider-Man.
Yes. Spider-Man, the best game ever made.
If you didn't get misty, watching the end of Spider-Man, you have no soul.
It's true. Okay, yeah. Awesome. Sweet. So we are down to our final minute. We will end it. We got pretty far. We did a really good job. Thanks, John, for joining us for this episode. Guys, I'm going to stop the recording now, and then how do I stop the recording?